Hi everybody, no this isn't DayZ, that is true. This is Arma 3 and this is the Altis map. And this would be something that would be very, very cool if it came to DayZ. So what I thought we'd do is we would jump in a helicopter and have a quick look round so you can get a bit of an appreciation for this map. Very, very cool indeed. Features heavily in the campaign for in Arma 3. Now this it's the basic vanilla version of Altis, so other stuff hasn't really been done to it, and you can see how absolutely open it is. But I think it would give us a really great playground for DayZ, and you would think because it is a Bohemia interactive map, it might be easier for them to be able to import this into the DayZ engine. And let's have a fly around. So let's put our nose down, let's get our throttle up, and let's have a look. Because the sightlines are pretty special, aren't they, on this map? You can see very, very open ground. You definitely have to have a vehicle of some kind if you wanted to get around safely in PvP environments, or be very, very careful and follow things like these hedgerows. Let's take this. Flying the helicopters in Arma is a little bit easier than flying the helicopters in Red Falcon's flight system helis on DayZ. The helicopters in Arma, they look after you a little bit more. I think there's a little bit of help going on behind the scenes, especially with the altitude, because you can fly low level fairly easily in Arma 3, whereas you've got to really be on your cyclic all the time in Red Falcons, and often you end up sort of going up and down and yo-yoing all over the place. Nice wooded area here. You can imagine the zombies. I mean, you can play Arma 3 Survival, Arma 3 Ravage, which are kind of versions of DayZ. I guess there was never an official DayZ mod for Arma 3, because I guess Bohemia Interactive wanted people to buy DayZ standalone, didn't they? Which it kind of is a little bit of a shame. Maybe it would have been nice if they could have done something that maybe ran in parallel with DayZ. But then again, there's always the feeling with Bohemia Interactive that, you know, Arma is their baby. This is what Bohemia Interactive is all about, Arma. You know, military simulations. And then DayZ came along as a mod done by, you know, people outside the company who eventually came to work with Bohemia Interactive. But it wasn't their baby, even though I think probably DayZ, if you include the console sales, has probably been Bohemia Interactive's biggest seller. Let's see if we can take it down a little bit. Get more really good sense of speed. Yeah, look at all these areas, and then we've got the verticality as well. I think this would work very, very well in DayZ. And the beauty with the Arma engine, the Arma 3 engine, is obviously it is built around being very good with helicopters and vehicles and tanks and cars and weapons and that sort of thing. Doesn't look as good as the Infusion engine that DayZ runs on, and it's going to be very interesting to see how Arma Reforger develops. I will do a flying video where we fly around Everon, because the helicopter mods are getting better. Get this, some really nice built up places. You can imagine building some bases in here, couldn't you? Definitely the Mediterranean feel. Of course, one of the famous stories about Bohemia Interactive is that a couple of their people who worked there went out to Greece on holiday. I don't know whether they were taking pictures, reference pictures as well, but they took some pictures near a Greek airbase, and were promptly thrown into prison for ages. It became a diplomatic incident between the Czech Republic and Greece. You've got to be very, very careful when you go to some countries, when you go near military bases. You know what? Oop, wrong button. About what you're taking pictures of, because often countries take things very, very seriously indeed. But yeah, look at this. Looks cool. You can imagine the adventures you would have on this. Right, let's have a quick look where we are on the map. So we really need to swing around this way. Follow the coast for a little bit. This would be, I mean, look, it's huge, isn't it? I don't know, is it as big as... It's not as big as Chernerus. In fact, when you play Chernerus in Arma 3, the versions that have been made available, they don't run this smooth, because the beauty with lots of the Arma maps is they are a little bit smaller. This would be a very nice addition to DayZ. I think maybe what will happen is, as Arma Reforger and the Arma Infusion engine gets more legs behind it, I think people will be importing Arma 3 maps into Infusion that way. And I think what we'll get is we'll probably get a DayZ mod for Arma Reforger, and that's when we'll get that's when we'll get to play on these. Probably, but who knows? I mean, the beauty with modding is you just never know, do you? Though I think modders do have to be careful when importing official. You couldn't just import the official map and turn it into mods. Bohemian Interactive would have something to say about that. Say, look, this is our property. You're not allowed to do that. Right. So what we'll do is we'll swing around this way. Arma 3 obviously set in the future. DayZ set, sometime after 2013. DayZ set a few decades after that. Arma 3 set a few decades after that. That's why we have the different technology. I do believe there is an airfield round to this way. There we go, there's the airfield. So we've had a really good look round Altis, haven't we? Let's put her into a nice big flare. Dump the throttle. Okay, we're not going to land outside of the hangar, but we're going to put her down in this field. Oop, don't want to come down too fast. Oh, we might get close. Let's have a look. Oh, I didn't put my gear. I didn't put my gear away, did I? We'd have been going really fast if I put my gear around. Let's see if we can drop her down onto this H. There we go. Engine off. Get out. And there we go. There is our mini tour of Altis. I hope you've enjoyed it. Just a little bit of fun really thinking about how this map would be in DayZ. I think you've got a feel of how it would be. It's kind of like a semi-arid Mediterranean map. Very, very cool. And who knows, one day. And if until then we'll just have to play things like Ravage and kind of Arma Survival to take advantage of this wonderful, wonderful location. Anyway, that's enough from me. What do you think? Put your questions in the comments down below, and I will, of course, see you again soon.